Hey, y'all. Welcome to episode 178 of Consignment Chats. How are we still making money on Facebook Marketplace? Is it really dead?
No, it's not.
I brought y'all two experts here to discuss Facebook Marketplace. I got two experts.
Facebook experts.
Oh, Samantha, you are definitely an expert in Facebook Marketplace. 100%.
Yeah.
That is the title you can proudly wear, my friend.
So I did share that with somebody this morning that I sold exclusively on Facebook. I dabbled like one listing on Poshmark and one listing on Etsy over the decade, but I sold exclusively on Facebook for like 10 years. And I didn't do any shipping orders. None. I never actually turned on shipping. It was all local.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool. So, all right. So Facebook Marketplace, let's just go through this for a second. So Facebook Marketplace, what was it, about 4 years ago when they started the shipping option? It took off. I mean, I know I made thousands of dollars shipping things on Facebook Marketplace. I was like, this is the bomb. This is awesome. This is great. And I think that part might be dead. Would you agree with that, Samantha?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That part's dead.
Huh. Okay.
But there's still so many ways to make money on Facebook Marketplace. It's ridiculous. Samantha, you make a lot more on Facebook Marketplace than I do, but I still use it as a big part of my business.
Mm-hmm. So I think we need to break this down into digestible ways that people can still make money.
All right. So where do we want to start? I'm going to say the shipping part of it is dead as far as like we still have listings up there. You know, things are not shipping. We're not making the money that way. So how the heck are we doing it? Samantha, you have I'm gonna break it down here.
Okay.
So mine is simple. I just have my products up there. Most of them are just local pickup items, and people come and pick them up. I do a lot of architectural salvage pieces from properties my parents rehab, rugs. Sometimes they are shippable items that people choose to locally pick up, and that's still rocking, and they're generally higher dollar value items. So that's how I do it. And then I direct people. So this is when we're listing on Facebook Marketplace, it's not under our business. They've been wishy-washy about these, about that. It's under a personal thing. However, I get customers like crazy because after they purchase something, and I know they're okay, they're decent people, I refer them to my business. All of a sudden, they're following my business. They're interested in all the other things I'm selling. So I'm picking up customers. I'm making money. I'm picking up customers. And that's pretty much the basics of how I do Facebook Marketplace under my personal account. And then I refer them to my business page or to my website. You have several other ways that you're doing it.
So when you list a Facebook Marketplace, do you share to any Facebook groups?
I do not. None. Why? Why? Because I've recently moved. So my local groups are all different. Before that, I stopped because I got banned from banned or whatever, put on probation in Facebook because one of the groups didn't like. I still remember what it was, 3 Audubon prints back to back to back. And they said that was too spammy. So they got me banned in all the Facebook groups for, what was it, a week, 2 weeks? I don't even remember. But it was enough to be like, you know what? I can't be bothered managing all these different local groups. But maybe I might get back to it after I hear what you have to say. And I'm fine without doing it. The sales are still there. So I don't put much effort into it.
I just want to reiterate, first and foremost, the shipping orders are dead, people. They're dead. Stop holding out for them. Stop whining about it. It's gone. It's over. End of an era. If they come back, great. My items are still on Facebook Marketplace. Shipping is still an option. I didn't stop any of that. So if they come back, fantastic. But I do.
But wait. Let's just talk about one other part of that. The Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace fee increase. It went
I
from
forgot about
5%. Yeah, it went from 5% to 10%, correct?
yeah, I
But
mean,
guess what? Shipping, that's only on shipping orders. On the
right.
local stuff we're talking about, it's what are the fees? Zero, a big fat
$0.
zero. Yes.
You know what my fees
Yes.
are on the shipping ones? Also $0 because they're gone. They're dead. They're not making me any sales. 0 fees to all of Facebook.
Right.
That'll be
Right.
our hook for this one. 0 fees on all of Facebook.
So don't
Yeah.
focus in on the fact that it went from 5 to 10% because really it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Doesn't matter.
Who cares? Worry about it when you make a sale. I don't know.
Amen.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I list just like I'm listing a shippable item. And then at the end, I also share to my local groups. So I am in a few groups for my area. I used to be in a lot more, but it is very hard to keep track of. Like you almost have to manage like, oh, this one accepts clothing, this one doesn't like kids stuff. This
I was
one
going to say, let's go way back to the basics. I am absolutely brand new to this. What local groups are we talking about? Like my local
Yes.
dinner club group?
So
what are you selling?
online, yeah. I mean, if you got some pierogies, we could talk.
Oh, we could talk. Yeah.
So a local buy sell group on Facebook, one that you're going to post on there and say, come pick this up from my porch and all that lovely good stuff. So that's the kind of groups I'm talking about. Some of them call them online garage sales.
Yep.
They'll have different names, but there's at least one in your area. The
I
most
think there
rural
were
area
10, like
have
Lehigh Valley Yard Sale, Lehigh Valley Online, Lehigh Valley Garage Sale Group. Like there were a
Yeah.
million of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I do have a level of having to be careful because I'm in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, United States, and then there is a Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. We are right next to each other, but some people don't cross over or go back and forth. So I had to like weed out the ones that like it was okay to. I've weeded them all out. I have like a list of like 5 major ones, and I have too been banned from some of our big ones, and I don't even know why. The lady blocked me when I tried to ask her what I did wrong. So I am in like 5 that I know I can post anything. I know that the limit is like 3 or 4 a day, so I don't go over that for any of them. And then I just add that to the end of my listing when you're putting in all that information and ask for shipping and ask for whatever. And like the very last page is groups. And you can just click which ones you want to put it in. And I hit it. And there we go. It's off in those groups. I get a lot of traffic, a lot of questions and stuff like that from those groups. And I have it built into all of my listings for that to just add on the bottom, like pick up in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, details about where I'm located and things like that. So there's not a lot of questions. There's just people wanting to buy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, like the most recent thing I sold was a door that came off the front of my house for the remodel. And certain things, I mean, people will drive you crazy for. I must have had 500 people reach out about this door. Like some of it can be a little bit much, but not for all the items. I don't know. Every once in a while, one item just hits like that, where you get a million questions, a million respondents. We have our canned responses, and you kind of weed out the scammers and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
And there are a lot of scammers at first. When you first start listing stuff into the Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of weird stuff, but that stuff gets weeded out quite quickly. And I mean, it's the same anywhere else. First time somebody lists on Etsy or eBay, there's usually some sort of scam sale or something.
Yeah. And you know what I like about Facebook is that you can view their profile.
Yeah.
And that usually tells you, like, all right, if they're overseas, for instance, all right, well, this is a local pickup item. Or, they don't have any friends, or no friends. Or their account was created
That
today.
was mean.
So I love that you can see their profile. You know, a lot of times it's going to be people like we have friends in common. Oh yeah, I know exactly where they are, where they live, and there is that level of like comfort that it's a real person sometimes when you look at their profile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to find. So
Yeah.
not all of my items get listed into groups. I will pick and choose like, ooh, I think I still use my ideal customer because I set up my ideal customer based on my Facebook group and like my local customer anyways, because that was the base of my business then. And so even though they're items that are, on eBay and they're online and they're in other places, when I'm sharing them and putting them on Facebook Marketplace, I still think like, would Stephanie buy this? I'm not going to put in a local group game board pieces like dice and stuff because Stephanie does not care about my dice. Stephanie wants a camping chair. So when I'm cross-listing the camping chair, I will then add the local groups onto that so that Stephanie can see the camping chair. Like I still go through that whole ideal customer process that we went through before. And I still get surprised. Like I had a Sesame Street toy that I had listed to Facebook Marketplace. I may have shared it in a group a while ago, but it wasn't still out there. Somebody messaged me on Friday and said, "Is this item still available and do you take offers?" And I said, "Absolutely. I also am open to bundles. Here's my website with, 1,500 other items." And I didn't hear from him for a while. Whatever, you never know. A few hours later, he says, "Would you take 90?" Yes, I will absolutely take $90. I had to like not respond immediately, like play it cool, like yeah, 90 is 90 is okay, that's fine.
It'll do.
Fine, okay, I guess.
So then then the other challenge though, and the thing you have to be willing to do is the meetup and the pickup and all that stuff.
Yep.
I do have a pickup box, and I used to have people come on my porch when my porch was accessible. So that part was super easy for me. I'd say, "Yep, sure," and I'd leave it on the porch. A $90 item, I'm gonna wanna hand that off and be here when that person comes to get it, just especially
Girl, she's putting her white gloves on. She's getting out the limo. She's like, "I'll deliver that to you."
That is going to be
Right.
one happy big bird man getting all that extra special care.
Yes.
Or basil bear, depending.
So he actually went out of the way for me because my daughter and granddaughter were in town, and they had, like, just got to town when he messaged me, and he said, "I get off work at 7 PM. Can we meet after that?" And I was like, yeah, I don't know where I'll be, but I will let you know." And he was like, "Yeah, no problem." So at 7:30, he messaged that, "I'm off work. Where can we meet?" I'm like, Rotary Park down by the water." And he's like, "Sounds good. I'll be in this vehicle." And he drove to the park where we were having a picnic and he bought it there. And my
Awesome.
granddaughter now thinks that I literally work at a park. She thinks that's the coolest thing ever.
I love it.
So he actually went out of the way and it worked out great. He was super happy, but I never would have had that sale if I hadn't had that item listed on Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace. And I just
Yeah.
hate that so many people are like, "It's dead. There's no orders. I quit listing there." And I'm like, don't stop listing there. People can still see your items. It's
Yeah,
just
but
local
see, that would be a
people.
better clickbait title. Maybe we should just change this episode.
I don't want it. I'm done. I'm never listing there again. It's over.
You know, I watch a lot of resellers' videos, sourcing videos, and there are some that go through that. They're not thinking ideal customer, but they do go through that when they're at sales, and they'll look at something and they're like, "Okay, well, I'll pick this up for $2. I'm going to put this on Facebook Marketplace," and they do source like two different sourcing piles. They have their source of stuff they're putting on eBay, and then they have their stuff they're just going to run home, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and do a quick flip on money. And it works 9 times out of 10. They buy something for a couple of bucks at a yard sale, and by the end of that day, they've flipped it for a good profit.
Yeah. So we will link up where I talk about my auction Facebook group, because that is something that is my mindset with all consignment that comes through my door. The consignment comes in, I don't want people to sort it. I don't want them to, give me things that are only worth a certain amount, or because they don't know. They don't know what things are worth. They don't know what's hot on the market right now. And the things that sold that they gave me a year ago might not be the same things that are selling now. So I don't want my consigners to do that. I want them to just bring me everything, trust that I will run comps and find the right market for that item, or I will donate it. So what I do is I have a donate pile when they bring me their stuff, a donate pile, a Facebook auction pile, and then my online eBay pile. And there's stuff that, okay, it's not going to sell for as much, or maybe it's going to sit for a long time on eBay, but Stephanie is really going to like this item, my ideal customer. So I should put that in my Facebook auction group, start it for a few dollars, and can do a quick flip that way rather than just skipping right to donate, because it's like that gray area in the middle where it's not as much as you're going to get online in front of all those people, or maybe you don't want to put all the time into that. Like Libby with furniture and stuff, that's a lot of storage. That's a lot of, but if you can put it on Facebook and appeal to those local people for a little bit lesser of a price, you can still make awesome flips.
Yeah, I don't do it like that at all. Everything I have goes on eBay or it gets donated. Now I pick and choose what is on eBay and some of that gets moved to Facebook Marketplace, like the bigger items, definitely.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I need like another those donate items. Like I'll just donate outright. Like I don't mess around with the real low things that don't have resale value. But I got to put some thought into that. So, all right, we've had a million questions about your Facebook auction group. It is like the hot topic right now. Everybody wants to know. We're linking up the video, but just give us a quick little synopsis of why a Facebook auction group is amazing.
It's so quick is the thing. So I've spent a lot of time curating this group the way I want it. I'm strict on my rules. The people that are in there know exactly how it's supposed to run, and they are very good about that. Like I have 6,500 people that are a well-working machine right now. So it has taken work making sure to get to that core group of people that really, really love the way it works. It's just so easy. It's so easy. Like I said, when I'm taking in consignment and I have certain items and I'm like, oh man, that's going to take up a lot of tote space. I only have so much space to store things, but it's pretty cool and I don't want people to miss out on it. So that'll go on the auction site, or, oh, that's pretty sweet, but it's, there's tons online, but I haven't seen any locally. And I don't think a lot of other people, so I'll post it in there. It's a 24-hour site, so it's quick. Like when I post it, it ends 24 hours ahead of that the next day. And when you win an auction, you are way more likely to follow through than just somebody saying, "Oh, I'm interested in that." And I'll pick that up from your porch this week. No problem. When they win an auction, they're invested. Like they're usually bugging me like, "Hey, did I win that thing that ended 2 minutes ago? And when can I pick it up?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's midnight. Like I don't even why did I start an auction at midnight last night? I don't know." But so they're more invested. They are way more likely to follow through and come and pick up their items. And it's not a lot of me trying to hound them to follow through, because that is a common issue with Facebook. Is you have a long line of people that I'm interested. And it's so much work to go through that line of people and you arrange a meeting with this person, or you can't get a hold of this person. How much time do you give them? Are you doing your due diligence? If you skip somebody else is going to freak out. Like in an auction, whoever bid the highest won it. And there's no arguing with that. How do you dispute that? If that person doesn't follow through in 48 hours, then it goes to the next person. And it's so easy to follow that line and that chain. And yeah, it's so much less drama and it's quick. They're
all right. So it's a quick flip. It's making you money. It's, serving your local community. It's serving your consigners. This is amazing. Yeah. And making you money. But what was I going to say? Wait, the what I really want to get out of this is not only are you making the money on Facebook Marketplace, but how are you using that to boost your business? That is the
So
real beauty there.
we talk about when you have a website as a reseller that it really doesn't do a lot for you unless you're driving traffic to that website. Because just sitting and waiting for Google to magically give you hits is very hard. My auction customers and the people that I'm interacting with on any Facebook Marketplace interaction, just like that Sesame Street guy. Yes, I will take an offer. Look at my other items. Let's bundle. I do the same thing. Hey, you won this auction for $5. This is where you can pick it up. I'll give you an extra 10% off of your entire purchase if you add something from my store. Here's my website. And I drive traffic to my website. Every interaction I have on Facebook, they have my website. I have business cards that give them an extra, it says, thank you for your order. Here's an extra 10% off your next order. And it has my website, it has a QR code, goes in their bag. My website is being shoved down their throat. And they're fine with that. That's totally fine. I don't have
Sure.
anybody complain. They can ignore it and not go to my website, or they
Sure.
can look and say, oh my gosh, look at all these puzzles you have. Can I get this one, and this one for $30 instead of 35 or whatever? Absolutely. Let's do it. And we haggle and make deals. And I have many repeat customers of people that look every week and look on my website because I've shoved it down their throat through this group.
That's awesome.
You've served your community. You've
Yeah.
served your community.
We're going to use served instead
great.
of force feed, which, tube
You're
feeding versus
serving
serving.
them. A beautiful
But like
smorgasbord of sorting with Samantha items.
there you go. Yeah, and it's so easy, especially because I am an everything seller. It is easy to like, oh, you liked this camping chair. Check out my other outdoor collection here. And it's easy to just insert whatever thing that they have expressed interest in
Sure.
and send it over to that. Another thing that I like about my group, and I need to get better at this. I used to have it on my schedule. I need to add it back to my schedule. Every week, I share a post, so all 6,500 people see it in this group. And I share a post that says, what are you looking for? Because my auction group is just people posting stuff for auction. There's no like, hey, there's a benefit dinner tonight, or hey, does anybody have a car? Or hey, like it's none of that
Lost
other
puppy.
group
Yeah.
stuff that gets muddled in there. It's just this is for sale. So I will do an in search of post, the weekly in search of post, and everybody can comment. I'm looking for camping chairs. I'm looking for a thermal printer. I'm looking for, a bicycle for a 10-year-old, like whatever they're looking for that week. And I specifically put on there, you can either list, if you have that item in your possession, you can either list it as an auction because there's probably more than one person looking for it, or you can message them directly. I let them skip the auction process altogether if they want. Just message them. Do it anyways, so you might as well give them permission. It's okay. It's not shady.
Right.
Yeah. That way, the community is literally telling me what they're looking for. Hey, what are you guys looking for? I'm looking for jewelry for prom this week. Oh, great. I should really get out my jewelry. I didn't even realize prom was this week. Let's do that. And I'll list a bunch of necklaces and stuff. So that part, it really helps me know what they're looking for.
Oh, who needs Google Trends when we have Samantha, the trends?
Nicely done. Nicely done. So clearly your percentage of business earnings, if we were to pull a Libby and break down percentages, you're doing pretty good on Facebook Marketplace because you also have the addition of these groups that you are doing, which adds, and I think people might be making their own groups after watching this in your previous video.
Yeah.
Libby, you don't do that. What percentage would you say you're selling on Facebook Marketplace?
Let's say about 10%.
Okay.
And I have
when
only
I'm-
about 5% of my inventory on Facebook Marketplace. So,
Okay. Yeah.
and they tend to be very few items, but the items I'm selling are higher value items.
Nice. Okay.
Like the $900 cello. Yes, which I'm so excited. I think it was 900. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah. That's what I thought. We'd throw that out there for those percentage number
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah.
Not like me. that might want to hear that.
When I'm working and like actually following the process, like my business plan of like list this here, then list this there, and doing it the way I really should be doing it, my local sales is equal to my eBay sales. Like they're both about 40% when I am working them, and then the
Nice.
other platforms fill in the other. But yeah, it's pretty hefty chunk.
Yeah.
I don't see any flatlining going on here.
No.
I don't.
Yeah. Unless you're just trying to ship stuff.
Unless you're
And
just ready
why?
to ship. We do not want to dispute the fact that that is dead. Shipping
Yeah.
on Facebook Marketplace is dead. I've heard rumors that it's going to be resurrected by Facebook and they're going to try, but I'm not holding my breath.
We've also heard rumors that somebody's sales have come back with shipping.
We have.
Again, I haven't verified that, so I'm just going to say it's a rumor. If you are that person or you are one of those people, put it in the comments. Let us know if you see any sign of life for Facebook Marketplace shipping, anything.
We want to know.
Yeah. All right. So you know
I've
what?
only
One thing we
sold
didn't
one
touch on.
item for shipping in the last year.
Same.
Wow.
Same.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't touch on was how do we get the items to different marketplaces? Right? Like we're talking about this like, oh, this is just so easy. Like so easy. It's just the click of a button. So we use ListPerfectly. So there are cross-listing. Use our code chats for 30% off your first month of that. Give it a shot, try it out. But so why it is so easy for us to say, oh, we move some of our eBay listings or we move some of our Poshmark listings or whatever is because we use a cross-listing tool. We use ListPerfectly. There's a host of other ones out there as well, but most of them are a couple simple clicks of a button. You're not recreating anything. You're not redoing a listing. You're just taking something you have on eBay or maybe Shopify or wherever you have your item, and you're just moving it into quite seamlessly into Facebook Marketplace. So it's not like you're investing a whole lot of time and energy into creating something new.
Yeah. And my favorite part about the ListPerfectly to Facebook experience is ListPerfectly has a spot in your settings where you can set different notes for each platform. So Facebook is the only one that I really have a different note for. And it does say this item is on consignment and sold by Sorting with Samantha. So they see my business name and stuff in there. And then, my meetup instructions. This is located in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, all that. I don't have to type that out every time. I don't have to have some sort of shortcut or whatever. I have it set in ListPerfectly. So anytime I cross list an item to Facebook, that blurb automatically goes at the bottom of my description. So my regular description comes in, that part's at the bottom. I don't think about it. It's done.
Well, shoot, you're going to have to do a tutorial because I have no idea how to do that. And I really want to.
There we go.
Tutorial. Never done it.
Oh, all right.
She's
Let me take
putting it on her list, y'all.
I can't be the only one that didn't know that.
No,
can I?
Surely not.
Oh, I love it. And I know people that they'll have certain make sure to check out my closet, and they'll for other items, which they'll put that on Poshmark because maybe Poshmark allows. I don't take my word for it. I have no idea what Poshmark allows. But like eBay is not going to let you reference other listings. So you can't put a blurb like that on eBay. But yeah, this way you can go platform by platform and just put whatever blurb is appropriate. People on eBay don't need to know that I'm located in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan by East Easterday Avenue. Like it's not. Yeah.
Awesome.
That is so interesting. Always learning.
Upcoming
So,
tutorials.
Yeah. So I'm just very inspired that, when you're working your local sales, it's about 40% and 40% split with eBay. That's interesting. And it goes to show like your money comes from what you focus on, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you don't want to dilute that focus too much. So.
Right.
Oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
Gosh, no.
When I've created other platforms, like branched out to them, I may give them more time. Like I've given Etsy quite a bit of time in the last 6 months that I've done. But now that like that's all reined in and set up, boom, back to my main focuses and my routine. And yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, y'all, thanks for explaining all of this to me, because I don't really use it. And now I know even more about it than I did. And I'm going to know more when Samantha makes her tutorial and gets that out there. And then Libby
Yeah.
can play around with it and
I
share her
will.
experiences. So, like Libby said, make sure you put in the comments. Let us know. Let us know, what your thoughts are on Facebook Marketplace as a whole.
Mhm.
If you plan to beef it up now, do you plan to start your own group like Samantha did, your own auction group? Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
it's
need
exciting
coaching,
stuff.
and we can help you start any of these projects. We have that too.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I mean,
do.
Samantha could help you start the auction group. That could be one of the things you could do in coaching.
Yep.
Yes.
Or you
Yep.
can
I
hop
did
in our
offer
free
that to someone this
community
morning.
and put it out there and get it answered a little less specifically. But yeah, if you want somebody to hold your hand and walk you through it, she's done it. She's walking the walk and talking the talk.
She's your girl. She's your
Yeah.
girl.
And in the
All
video
right.
we have linked up, I do share my actual group. You can go and look at it. You can see the rules I have in place. Like, you can't use it to sell your stuff because you don't live here, but I literally go look at it, duplicate it for your area. I'm okay with that. Copy it. It works. It's great. You're not in competition with me. You don't live here. It's fine.
She said you could copy it. Ooh. All right, ladies. Until next time, my Facebook Marketplace queens.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'd flip that.
Thanks for joining Libby, Molly, and Samantha, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us on consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, join our free private Facebook community.